Everyone looks at giraffes and thinks, wow, must be nice being that tall. But the truth is, being a giraffe isn't the dream it looks like. That height comes with problems stacked as high as their necks. From the second they're born, life throws them into struggles most animals never face, and the wild doesn't let them forget it. Childhood is a chase. For giraffes, childhood isn't playtime, it's survival from the very first second. A mother giraffe gives birth standing up, and because she's so tall, the calf drops almost 2 meters, about 6 feet, straight to the ground. That's the first welcome to life. No soft landing, no gentle arms to catch them, just a crash into the dirt. And while the baby is still trying to figure out what just happened, danger is already waiting nearby. Predators like lions, hyenas, and wild dogs know the sound of a giraffe giving birth means easy prey. The newborn is lying there with legs skinny and shaky, trying to figure out how to stand. But in the wild, even a few minutes of weakness is all it takes for a predator to strike. The mother doesn't even give the calf a breather. She keeps nudging it, pushing over and over, because she knows staying down means getting eaten. So within the first hours of birth, the baby has to start walking, whether it's strong or not. There's no crawling stage, no slow practice like other animals. For giraffes, it's simple. Get on your feet fast or get eaten. And that's just the start. Because the moment a calf manages to stand, the danger isn't over. It's only beginning. Predators don't wait for it to grow or get stronger. They charge as soon as the baby takes its first shaky steps. Lions, hyenas, and wild dogs all know a calf is the easiest target. That's why nearly half of all giraffe calves never even make it to their first birthday. It's not because they're weak, it's because the wild doesn't give them the time to grow up. Imagine being only a few hours old and already running for your life. That's life for giraffes. No safe childhood, no slow start. From the very first breath, it's survive or die. And even if a calf makes it past those early dangers, life doesn't suddenly get easier. It just opens up a whole new set of struggles. Being tall feels like a curse. At first, being tall sounds like an advantage. Giraffes are the tallest animals alive, their heads stretching above trees like living skyscrapers. But that height doesn't come free. It comes with problems that would make anyone think twice about wanting long legs and a long neck. The first struggle is drinking water. For a giraffe, bending down isn't simple. They don't just lean in and sip. They have to spread their legs wide apart, drop their neck all the way down, and leave themselves looking like they're about to do an awkward yoga pose. And in that moment, they're helpless. A lion, a crocodile, or even a pack of hyenas can charge, and the giraffe won't have time to pull itself back up. All that height that looks powerful suddenly turns into a trap. Eating can be tricky too. Sure, giraffes reach the high leaves that no one else can touch, but the same long neck that feeds them also makes them easy targets. That tall frame sticks out in the open like a flag. Predators don't have to guess where a giraffe is. They can see it from miles away. There's no hiding, no blending in, no sneaking past danger. Their height makes them impossible to hide, no matter where they go. And moving that big body around isn't easy either. Long legs mean long falls. If a giraffe stumbles or trips, the fall is brutal. Broken bones are common. And for a giraffe, a broken leg isn't just an injury, it's the end. Without the ability to run, they're as good as gone. Running doesn't come free for giraffes. Sure, they can sprint fast when danger shows up, but it drains them almost immediately. Their bodies are so tall that their heart has to work harder than most animals just to push blood all the way up to the brain and back down to their legs. That heart is massive, built like a heavy-duty pump, but even then it struggles to keep pace when they run. After a short burst, they're already out of breath, and if the chase goes on too long, their own body starts to give out. So while humans might dream of being tall, for giraffes, it's more of a curse in disguise. It makes them powerful and cute, but it also makes them clumsy, visible, and constantly at risk. Always on the menu. For giraffes, danger doesn't stop after childhood. Even when they grow into giants, predators never take them off the menu. Lions, hyenas, wild dogs, they all want a piece. A giraffe might look intimidating and powerful, but to predators, it's just a risky meal that pays off big if they can bring it down. Bring one down, and it's enough meat to feed an entire pride or pack for days. Predators love going after giraffes, not just because the reward is huge, but because giraffes are too easy to spot. Smaller animals can slip into bushes or vanish into tall grass, but giraffes don't get that option. Their long necks rise above everything, and their tall bodies stick out no matter where they go. Hiding isn't possible. The moment they move across the savannah, every predator around knows exactly where dinner is walking. The truth is, predators see giraffes as the jackpot of the savannah. Sure, it's dangerous, but if they pull it off, it's worth more than chasing 10 smaller meals. And even if they make it past the predators, the struggles don't stop there. Because once giraffes grow older and stronger, they run into new battles. Giraffe wrestling. For giraffes, the toughest battles don't come from lions or hyenas. They come from other giraffes. Male giraffes spend a lot of their lives fighting each other for space, food, and especially for females. And the way they settle it isn't soft or friendly. They swing their long necks and slam them together like two giant sledgehammers, each hit heavy enough to knock the other off balance. At first, it almost looks silly. Two giraffes standing side by side, swinging their necks like they're practicing for some weird dance. But the moment those heavy heads crash together, the joke ends. The sound is sharp, like wood smacking hard against wood. One swing can leave deep bruises, split skin, or even send the weaker giraffe crashing to the ground. These battles aren't for fun, they're real fights, and every time, the smaller or weaker giraffe ends up paying the price. The stronger male usually gets what he wants, whether it's food, space, or the female. The loser, on the other hand, walks away limping, scratched, or bleeding. Sometimes the loser is forced to leave the herd. And for a giraffe, being out there alone is dangerous because the herd's numbers are often the only thing that keeps predators away. And the thing is, giraffe fights don't end in a few seconds. They can go on and on, swinging those long necks back and forth until one finally gives up. Imagine carrying a 600-pound battering ram on your shoulders and smashing it into someone else's. That's what giraffe wrestling is. Over time, the scars pile up, and the weaker ones slowly get pushed further and further away from the herd. From far away, giraffe fights look slow and clumsy, like two giants just moving around. But up close, you realize it's way more serious than it looks. When the legs give out. For giraffes, the savannah doesn't forgive weakness. As they grow older, their long legs, the same ones that carried them through danger all their lives, begin to fail. Each step becomes slower, each movement shakier, and in the wild, slowing down is the same as giving up. At first, it's just little things like a stumble while walking or taking longer to stand up after resting. But as time goes on, those small problems turn into bigger ones. For a giraffe, legs aren't just for walking. They're the only thing standing between him and becoming someone else's dinner. Drinking water has always been tricky for giraffes, but for an old giraffe with weak legs, it's a disaster. To drink, they have to spread their front legs wide and bend that long neck all the way down, putting themselves in the most awkward position possible. A young giraffe can pull it off and snap back up quickly, but an old one struggles. The legs shake, the body wobbles, and standing up takes forever. Out in the wild, staying bent down that long is basically an open invitation for predators to attack. Getting old for a giraffe isn't peaceful. It's a slow breakdown. The legs that once carried them across miles of savannah start to fail. Standing becomes shaky. Walking turns into a struggle, and even the simplest moves feel heavy. Bit by bit, the strength that kept them alive fades away. And when those legs finally give out, there's no second chance. For giraffes, old age doesn't mean rest. It means their body itself becomes the final thing they can't escape. And that's the brutal truth about giraffes. From the moment they hit the ground as calves to the day their legs give out, life keeps throwing danger at them. No hiding, no breaks, just a lifetime of running, biting, and trying to survive in a world that never gives them a chance to rest. Thanks for watching Tough Life Chronicles. Please subscribe and maybe leave a like too.